is change. Okay, entire problems remain same. Okay, means though it is a design problems, we must have to carry the we have to select the sections, and after selection of the sections, entire analysis procedure we have to repeat the same. Okay, so now see, we are going to discuss design of compression members. Okay, these are the steps. Okay, now see first step number one. Assume suitable design compressive stress FCD as 0.4 FY to 0.6 FY. Okay, see, initially we have to start somewhere. Okay, so in the design problems, load is given. Okay, load is given, and based on that load, we have to select a suitable section. We have to select a suitable sections. Okay, and we have to show that whatever sections we have selected is sufficient to carry the given load in the examples. Okay, that whatever load given in the example, that loads has been carried safely without failure by that section. Okay, that procedure is called as the design procedures. Okay, so to start somewhere, we have to initially assume some things. Okay, because design is a trial and error procedures. Okay, it is a trial and error procedures. So initially what we are going to assume, we have to assume a suitable design compressive stress FCD. Okay, in analysis problems we have discussed that to calculate FCD, it is a very lengthy procedures. Okay, there are two ways to calculate FCD. Either we have to use the formulae given in the IS code, or otherwise we have to use the tables given in the IS code. Okay, there are four tables for four buckling class. Table number 9 A B C D. Okay, but again the tables are applicable for concentric loading, not for eccentric loading. If you are using the single angle sections, then you have to use that equivalent slenderness ratio formula, and that formula you have to put in your regular equations, and then you have to calculate the FCD and PD. Okay, so initially in this range we have to assume FCD. Okay, zero point 0.4 FY or 0.6 FY. Okay, if you are taking average, assume 0.5 FY. FY is 250 MPa. After assuming FCD, we have to calculate the effective sectional area required. Effective sectional area required. Okay, we have the PD formula. PD is equal to AE into FCD. Therefore, effective area is equal to PD upon FCD, and FCD has been calculated in step number 1. Okay, that we have assumed already. So this step number 2 will give the area of the cross section required. Area of the cross section required. Now step number 3, like in as in case of a tension members, after getting the area, what we did, we have selected the sections from the steel table. And how to select the sections? We have to select such a sections of which area is equal to step number 3 or more than that. Equal to area equal to step number 3 or more than that. Okay, that sections we have to select. Okay, depending upon the requirement, whether it is a single angle, double angle, I sections, or any section. Okay, so step number 3, we have to select the sections, and after selecting that sections, we have to calculate the minimum radius of gyration for that sections, R minimum, because R minimum will be required to calculate slenderness ratio. If it is a single sections, for example, single angle sections, then R minimum is directly will get directly from the steel tables. Okay, there are, for the angle section, there are 4 axes: XX, YY, UU, and VV. Okay, so normally we know that R minimum will be about VV axis for the angle, single angle sections. Okay, if it is a double angle sections, like double angle placed on opposite sides, on same sides, or in a star pattern, or any other geometry, in that case what we have to do, we have to calculate Ixx of a built up sections, Iyy of a built up sections, and out of that, from that we have to pick up the minimum moment of inertia, and we have to calculate the R minimums. Okay, so that part is very important. Okay, moment of inertia concepts, parallel axis theorem you have to use to calculate the moment of inertia for the built up sections. Okay, now step number 4. What step number 4? Determine effective length knowing the end conditions and decide the type of connections. Okay, end condition is normally given in the problems. If not given, assume suitable end conditions like both end hinge, one end hinge or one end pin, one end fix and one end hinge, or both end fix. Okay. If not given, you have options. You assume that. If not given, if not given, you have options. You assume the suitable any suitable conditions. If the condition given in the problems, according to that conditions, refer table number 10. Okay. Table number 10 is for column effective length. Okay. For strut, we are assuming effective length in the range of 0.7 to 0.85. Okay. So take 0.7 or zero point 0.8 or 0.85 in that range and calculate the effective lengths and decide the type of connections, whether it is a bolted connections or welded connections. Okay. If you are using bolted connections, we have to calculate number of bolt. Okay. And that same VDSB, VDPB, number of bolt required. Step number 5, determine slenderness ratio and hence design stress FCD and load carrying capacity. Now after uh, deciding the effective length and calculating the R minimum, we have to calculate the slenderness ratio KL by R minimum. Okay. And from that KL by R minimums, we have to calculate again FCD actual. Okay. This value we have assumed. Step number 1, this is the assumed value of FCD. Okay. Now this is the actual value of FCD in our case. Okay. And after getting FCD, calculate the load carrying capacity PD. Okay. And at last steps, modify the sections if calculated PD differs significantly from the design loads. Okay. For safe design, what we have to prove that this PD must be more than P. This is the first conditions. Okay. Design strength of the section is more than the load coming on the sections. Okay. uh, if this is close to each other or slightly more than this PD is slightly more than this P, no problem. If this PD is less than this P, we have to increase the sections. Okay. If this PD is less than this PD is less than P, it means our section is going to be fail. We have to revise the sections. We have to increase the sections and calculate PD again. On the other hand, if this PD is far more than this, far more than this P, okay, like for example this P is 200 and PD comes out to be more than 300, means almost 50% more than that. In that case, our section is not economical. Our design is safe but not economical. Okay, that way we have to think. Okay, so this PD and P must be close to each other for the safe and economic design. Safe and economic design. That is very important. Okay. That way we have to, these steps we have to follow for the design of compression members. Then sometimes this slenderness ratio to be assumed while selecting the trial sections. Okay. Here what we did, here we assume FCD first. Sometimes in some books, okay, in different books there are different steps has been followed by the different authors. Some authors are assuming the slenderness ratio depending upon the type of members. Okay, see type of members, single angles lambda has been assumed 100 to 150, single channel 90 to 150, double angle 80 to 120, double channels 40 to 80, and double I sections 30 to 60. Okay, normally for built up sections it is assumed as a 50. Okay, if you read the design of steel structure by M.L. Gambhir, in all problems of M.L. Gambhir for built up sections, he initially assumed the slenderness ratio for a built up member as a 50, and now from that 50 built up section buckling class is C. Borobar. For built up sections buckling class is C. So KL by R assume is 50. So since it is at buckling class C, refer table 9C. Slenderness ratio is 50. You will get directly FCD. And from that FCD, PD is equal to area into FCD. That PD must be more than P. First part of the problem is over. Okay. this way. So both options you have, either assume FCD or assume KL by R. Okay, we will solve some problems based on the by assuming both the things. Okay, so compute the KL by R for the selected section and check for the slenderness ratio. Now see, we are going to discuss one examples, design examples. 20. Design a compression member. Design compression member carrying axial load of 250 kilonewtons. Carrying axial load of 250 kilonewton. Means this is the P given in the problem. Okay, this is P. We have to calculate PD. The effective length of the member is 3 meter. Effective length of the member is 3 meter. Effective length is directly given. Okay. Design the member with two equal angles in a star orientations. Okay, normally it is not given, but you have options. Okay, you can see the same problems you can solve like this. This is the condition given, star orientation, the angle is placed like this. Same problems, second case you are going to solve like this also. This is gusset plate, two angle sections place on opposite side of the gusset plate. Due to this placement of this geometry, what will happen? Your moment of inertia calculation is going to be changed. This is second case. Okay, here first case hai. This is first case we are going to solve. This is second case. Okay, it is not to scale. And in third case, both angles are placed on same side of the gusset plate. That is also one possibility. This is one angle. And analysis for this both the cases just yesterday we have discussed. Okay, that remains sense. That remains sense. Okay, I think in this case your directly RXX for single sections will be your R minimum. In this case, I think RYY for a single sections that will become minimum. Okay, though and we have to calculate the IXX, IYY just for completion of the examples. Okay, so this is first case, second case, and this is third case. Okay, just you try. So in our example, we are going to discuss this one. Okay, so see. As per our step number 1, assuming FCD 0.5 FY, range range was given was 0.4 to 0.6. So we have taken average 0.4 plus 0.6, 1 divided by 2 means 0.5 FY. FY is 250 MPa, so FCD comes out to be 125 MPa, Newton per mm square. Now required area, PD is equal to AE into FCD, therefore AE is equal to P divided by FCD. P is 250 kilonewton into 10 to the power 3 Newton divided by 125. So 2000 mm square is the required area. Required area. Now we have to select the sections. We have to select the sections based on this area. Based on this area. Okay. What condition given in the problems? Design the member with two equal angles. Okay. So we have to assume two equal angles. Now this is the area required for two angle. This 2000 mm square hai na, that is the area required for two angle sections. So area required for single angle section is 2000 divided by 2, that is 1000 mm square. Now go to steel table. Go to steel table. We have to select equal angle sections of which area having area equal to 1000 or more than that. Equal to 1000 or more than that. यानी किती केला आहे बघा, select 90 by 90 by 6. So just go to 90 by 90 by 6. This is 90. How to select the section? C. This is 90 by 90. 90 by 90 by 6 means 10.47. 10.47 means it is in centimeter square. So multiplied by 100. So 1047. 1047. See, 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 6 with following properties. Area is equal to eka angle. See, for single angle 1407 mm square. CXX is equal to CYY. It is a equal angle section, so its centroidal distance is same. CXX, CYY. This is CYY. This is CXX. This is the distance. 90 by 90 by, it is 2.42, means 24.2, 24.2 mm. RXX is equal to RYY 27.2, RUU is 35, and RVV is 17.5. See here, RXX, RYY, RUU, RVV, and in angle sections, single angle sections, RVV is minimum. Single angle sections, so we are talking about single angle sections. Now these are the properties for the single angle. Now just calculate the properties for the double angle sections. This A dash means for the double angle. A dash is equal to 2 into 1047, 2094. Baga, 2094 is the area provided, and required area is 2000, which is uh, which is slightly more than 2047. Means area provided is slightly more than area required. This is area required. 2000 is the area required, and 2047 is the area provided. Then the gusset plate, assume either 8 mm or 10 mm gusset plate, thick gusset plate. Then calculate IXX. This is for the built-up section, for these sections, these sections, okay. And this is YY, this is XX, okay. This is individual XX, this is individual XX. So there is a parallel distance comes into picture. I think only VV is again different, only UU is single. See, IXX is equal to 2 IXX, parallel axis theorem apply केला है, okay. So RXX RYY is equal to 40.25. Similarly, RVV is equal to 44.85, whereas RUU is 35 only. Why it is happening like this? Because see, if you observe this figure, we are getting, see, this is for this angle, this is x1, this x1 x6 is there, and this is, for example, x2 axis is there for second angle, and this is the main combined xx axis. Similarly, this is main yy axis, this is y1, this is y1, y1, this is y2, y2. Now for this single angle sections, this is for our combined VV axis. Similarly, this is V1, 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 and this is V2, second axis, second axis. That's why parallel axis theorem has been applied to IXX, IYY, and IVV. Now think over about UU axis. For this combined UU is here. Individual ऐसा individual U11 on this only, and this is U2 on this only. Okay, so there is no any parallel distance. Okay, तिघांचा UU axis एकच असणार आहे combined. Okay, that's why this distance will become 0. This distance becomes 0. Therefore, IUU will become minimum in this case. Okay. If now see, in one problem I am going to cover all the cases. If the same problem you are going to design the section like this, if you are design the sections like this, in this case you have to calculate IXX and IYY, IXX and IYY. In this case, I think the RXX for single angle sections will become minimum, will be equal to IXX for the double angle sections. Whereas if you are placing your double angle section like this, situation will be different. Okay, so the same problem you can analyze. Okay, just orientations has been different. According to that, your moment of inertia and radius of gyration will be changed. Okay, so these concepts are very, very important. Engineering mechanics and strength of material knowledge will be very much essential to play with this. Okay. This is over. Now, actually, effective length here in the problem directly mentioned as the effective length. Okay. So either you can take this as a effective length, or if simply it is given as a length of the member, then you can take 0.85 L for the strut member. Okay, so yani he has assumed that center to center length given in the examples, and he has assumed effective length criteria 0.85 L for the strut member. So 0.85 into 3000, that is 2550 mm. This is the effective length. Now KL by R. Lambda is equal to KL R minimum. R minimum is your RUU 35. This is 72.86, which is less than 180 from table number 2 or 3. Just remember the slenderness ratio. Table 2 like a 3 either. So it is safe. Now FY 250 MPa, lambda is 72.86, buckling class is C. Why buckling class is C? It is a built up sections. Two angles are there, okay? Two angles are there, or if it is a single angle also there, that's upon buckling class is also. Okay. Now which table we have to refer? Table 9C. It is a concentric cases. Okay. Because single angle असेल तर त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला we have to calculate equivalent slenderness ratio, and we have to use that eccentric case K1, K2, K3, and lambda VV and lambda phi. Okay. Then perform the linear interpolations. FCD is equal to 147.42. Hence, strength of the member is equal to 147 into 2094 is equal to 308.7 kilonewton. Given this is PD, given load in the problems is 250 kilonewtons. This is P. P given is 250 kilonewton, and PD comes out to be, this is PD, design compressive strength of the sections, which is more than P, that is your 250 kilonewton. Hence member is safe. Hence member is safe. Now our problem is not over. Now we have to design for the connections. Now next steps is design of connections. Okay, for connections the same steps we have to repeat. If it is a welded connections, assume thickness of weld, size of weld. Size of weld for angle sections criteria is that 3/4 of thickness of the angle. That will give the size. And then thickness is equal to 0.7 yes, and generate that conditions, whatever problems we have discussed. Okay, that LW1 into thickness is equal to P1 and P2. Calculate P1, P2, and that will give the length of weld at top and at bottoms. Okay, that is for welded connections. If you are using the bolted connections, then calculate assume diameter of bolt 16 or 18 or 20, grade of bolt 4.6, calculate VDSB, calculate VDPB based on the diameter of bolt, assume your end distance and pitch distance suitably, calculate VDSB, VDPB, and list strength of the bolt is your minimum of the two, and number of bolts required is equal to this P divided by least bolt value. That will give the number of bolts. And finally you have to draw the diagrams, angle sections, compression members, and all pitch, end distance, number of bolts required, and all these things. Okay, so this way we have to design the compression members. Okay, now next part is a second example. You will now next section is the same procedure you can follow for the single angle sections. If it is a single angle sections, assume FCD, then calculate area, select the sections, based on that sections. For single angle sections, your RVV is minimum, then calculate effective length, calculate FCD, calculate lambda effective. Because for single angle sections, we are not supposed to use the table that 9C. Okay, we have to calculate by that formula only. So assume suitable conditions, either both end hinge subjected to more than 2 bolts or single bolt. Depending upon the end conditions, select the value of K1, K2, K3 from table number 12 and calculate lambda, that lambda VV and lambda phi, and finally lambda equivalents, and put the value of lambda equivalent in that phi equations and calculate the FCD and from that FCD calculate the PD, and that PD must be more than P. So this is the same procedure you have to follow even for the single angle sections. So in this one examples, almost I have covered the design of built up compression design of compression member with uh, two angles placed in a star pattern, two angles placed on opposite side of the gusset plates, two angles placed on same side of the gusset plates, and for the single angle sections. Means almost four cases we have discussed in one single examples. Design procedure remains same, only change in the calculation of moment of inertia and minimum radius of gyrations. Okay, so that care you have to think, that concept you have to develop. Okay, now the last point of unit number 2. So today we are going to discuss the basic theory part, just okay. So within 10 minutes I am going to cover this. Okay, now what is meant by built up sections? What is meant by built up sections? Already we have been discussed, but still I am going to repeat the things. Sometimes what happens, dear students, single section is not sufficient to carry the load, heavy loads coming on the structure. In that case, what we are doing, we are using two sections together. We are using two sections together to carry that much heavy loadings. Okay, but that two sections, since we are adding two sections together, that second parts, fabrication parts comes into pictures. We have to fabricate, we have to introduce some secondary arrangement. We have to introduce some secondary arrangement in the section, so that that section will act as a built up member. Okay, and that secondary arrangement is called as a lacing and battening. शब्द लक्षात ठेवा, it is a new terms comes into pictures. Lacing and battenings. Okay, normally see, you just recall or remember the columns used in case of railway platforms. रेल्वेच्या प्लॅटफॉर्म्सला जो कॉलम्स यूज होतोय. ओके, there are four angle sections. Okay, four angle sections, and one solid circular rod has been placed to with having welding, stitch weldings. Okay, at each locations. त्याला to make that four angle sections together. Okay, and that solid rod is a type of a lacing. Okay, there are different types of lacings. Either you can use a solid rod, solid circular rod, rectangular flat plate, small angle, small, even small channels. Okay, but normally a small rectangular flat or a small circular rod is used. Okay, I will show you on your our IS code copy, so that you can understand what is meant by lacing and battenings. Okay, just wait, I will open IS code. Lacing and battenings, these are the yes, see, this is the channel sections or your angle sections, and these are the plates, these are the rectangular plates placed like this. Okay, so this is a single lacing system, and sometimes if huge loading is there, the people are go for double lacing systems. And the purpose of providing this lacing is just to keep these two sections together, so that it will act as a actual built up member. If it is not acting like a built up sections, then our purpose is not going to solve. Okay, then why there is a necessity to provide a built up sections? Because built up sections will prove to be very economical. Okay, and that will give, where by taking the proper advantage of moment of inertia, it will give the load, increase the load carrying capacity for the same materials. Okay, so just I will read these statements. A built up compression member are those which consist of two or more roll steel sections. Two or more. The reasons for built up sections are as follows. Built up sections provide large cross sectional areas which cannot be furnished by the single roll steel sections. Okay, built up sections provide spatial shape and depth. The spatial shape and depth facilitates connection between different members. The built up sections provide sufficient large radius of gyration in two different planes. as larger radius of gyration is capable of handling more stress, thereby requiring less area. Yes, it can carry more stress with less area, which ultimately leads to the economical designs. Okay, this is very important. These are the few advantages of using the built-up sections. Now, these are the examples. Baga, how actually built-up sections looks like. Okay, actually this will I will put this as a your sheet number 4. Okay, tomorrow we have lab sessions. In tomorrow's sessions, I will put both problem for sheet number 3 and problem for sheet number 4. Okay, we have completed 2 sheets. Okay, tomorrow we are going to complete second 2 sheets, sheet number 3 and sheet number 4. Okay, so just wait. So this is the first box sections. How these are the 4 angles. This is one angle, say angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, and they are connected by these plates. Okay, so this is first case. This is second case. These are the 2 channel sections. This is one channel. This is another channels. They are placed back to backs, and there is a plates top and bottom. Okay, so channel back to back. Then third is channel face to face. Channel face to face. Okay, both see though it is the same section, same section, channel section, same depth, everything same, but if you are facing back to back and face to face, you will get different moment of inertia. That is very important. Then this is the eye sections with a channel placed like this. Okay, sometimes what happens, there is a requirement of very high moment of inertia in case of a compression flange, in case of a compression zone. और हा जर सिम्पली सपोर्ट बीम असेल तर हा कॉम्प्रेशन झोन असेल ना, तर या इथं समटाइम्स वी रिक्वायर्ड मोर मोमेंट ऑफ एनर्शिया, सो वी हॅव टू प्रोव्हाइड अ सेक्शन लाईक दिस. अँड इन इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग इफ यू ऑब्झर्व, त्या क्रेन्स असतात ना, त्या क्रेन्स याच्यावरती प्रोव्हाइड करतात आणि याच्यावरती क्रेन्स अशा चालतात, अँड दॅट क्रेन्स आर transporting the vehicles and goods from one place to another place of the industrial buildings. Okay, gantry girder, we are going to discuss these sections more detail in unit number 5. Okay, so such section is more popular for the gantry girders and crane girders. Okay, so it is eye sections with channel at top. This is double eye sections, one eye sections, second eye sections, and yes. Okay, ultimately such sections is adopted when there is a very huge loadings comes on the buildings. Eye sections with plates, see eye sections with 2 cover plates, eye sections with what 1 cover plates, we have solved one example. Okay, so this is eye sections with 2 cover plates. Then these are the 4 angle sections placed like this, star angles. Okay, star angles. Then these are some design steps. Okay, so design
Hello,
steps.
sir.
Yes.
स्टार अँगलचा यूज कुठं होतो सर?
Yes,
आता
yes.
सेक्शन दाखवलं, स्टार अँगल दाखवलं ना,
हा हा स्टार अँगल,
त्याचा यूज कुठं होतो सर?
त्याचा यूज नॉर्मली इट इज
त्याचा यूज
yes sir, it is a very special case. Okay, normally in case of some truss, some communication tower, but its use is very limited. Okay, its use is very limited. Either the best arrangement is like this. Okay, best arrangement is like this. Even you can place in different manner also. See, normally this is the maximum feasible arrangement. Angles place like this, angle place like this is the best and mostly adaptable arrangement for the angle sections. Okay, it is good for the connections also. And okay, this is one you can say that even I have never seen. Okay, even I have never seen, but it is possible. In case of a steel structure, you can orient the sections whatever you want. Such type of feasibility is not possible in case of RCC structures. RCC structure, in concrete structure, you have a lot of limitations. Okay, so these are the. But remember, as soon as orientation change, everything change about your moment of inertia and radius of gyrations. That property has been changed. Okay, that points you have to always remember. Okay, so depending upon as soon as the situations comes, we are going to proceed further. So, okay, normally this is one arrange this is one sections is mostly used. I sections with cover plates. Then even these two sections is normally not the. So see, in case of power plant structures, power plants, the thermal power plants, even your hydraulic power plants. In case of a power plant structures, a huge steel structures are used. Okay, in that cases, the sections required will be on very high sides. In that cases, the possibility of such sections will be required. Okay, in normal buildings, in normal columns, असा section आहे ना, this is our use in case of our industrial building for gantry girders, and these sections are used as a column in case of our industrial steel buildings. Two channel placed like this, two channel placed face to face, or two channel face back to back, or otherwise four angles together. Four angles together तुम्ही you can remember railway station platforms. रेल्वे स्टेशनवरती तुम्हाला बघा, you observe that there are four angles are there, and they are extended, used as a column sections, and the lacing used as a solid circular rod. आता लेसिंग बॅटर्न ऍक्च्युली काय असते, व्हॉट आर द डिफरंट क्लॉजेस आर देअर, व्हॉट आर द क्रायटेरियाज आर देअर, दॅट वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस इन tomorrow's class in details, because that is a very very important part from your university examination as well as from your gate examinations point of view, because there are in each and every examinations there is a MCQ questions on lacing and patterns. Lacing, what is meant by lacing, what are the clauses, काय अँगल ऑफ इन्क्लिनेशन काय असते, shear deformation, transfer shear काय आहे, longitudinal shear काय आहे. These all these things we are going to discuss in detail, step by steps, in tomorrow's lecture as well as lab sessions. Okay, along with this sheet number 3 and 4. Okay, so just wait.